Have you ever stopped to wonder if everything we believe about the Warriors' future has been secretly undermined by the very pieces we cherish? And what if the friendly smile of a rising star is actually hiding a decision that could alter the course of a dynasty? Welcome back, Warriors News Fan Report, where we dive deep into the whispers that keep Dub Nation buzzing with excitement and just a hint of trepidation. Smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update on every twist and turn in Golden State's saga. Tonight, a tantalizing rumor has surfaced that could send shockwaves through Oakland and beyond. The Warriors might be closing in on a blockbuster deal to acquire a $90 million All-Star from the Cleveland Cavaliers in exchange for Jonathan Kuminga. Without revealing all the cards too soon, imagine a lineup where our backcourt dynamo and sharpshooters remain intact, but the anchor in the paint transforms overnight into one of the league's most imposing interior forces. Could this be the missing piece that finally silences critics who argue that Golden State lacks true rim protection? Is it possible that a franchise renowned for its small ball brilliance is about to pivot into a new era of size and strength? Let's unpack how this rumor took root. Just yesterday, Sporting News dropped a bombshell report under the headline, "Warriors may acquire Cavs' $90 million All-Star in stunning Jonathan Kuminga swap." The subtitle hints at Cleveland's openness to trading Jarrett Allen, a proven double-double machine, if the right offer arrives before the deadline. According to the full article, Allen, who has blossomed into one of the league's premier big men, is averaging 15 points and 11 rebounds per game this season. His defensive instincts and ability to finish at the rim have drawn all-star nods, and the Cavs are reportedly willing to part with him to retool their roster around younger pieces. Meanwhile, Jonathan Kuminga, our athletic wunderkind, has shown flashes of brilliance but hasn't yet locked down a consistent role under Steve Kerr's system. Could trading Kuminga for Allen be the strategic masterstroke that gives Golden State a true two-way center while clarifying the developmental path for Kuminga elsewhere? Think back to the 2022 Eastern Conference playoffs, when Jarrett Allen's 20-point, 14-rebound effort nearly single-handedly pushed the Cavs past the reigning champions in a series that had fans on the edge of their seats. Or recall his defensive showdown against Giannis Antetokounmpo in last year's regular season clash, where his timing and vertical leap frustrated Milwaukee's MVP. The man is no mere role player. He's a bona fide all-star who transforms weak-side help into a brick wall at the rim. On the flip side, Kuminga's jaw-dropping athleticism has given Warriors faithful glimpses of a potential future star, but his floor spacing and decision-making remain works in progress. Some insiders believe that Atlanta's trade chatter and internal Cavs assessments have pushed Cleveland to consider shipping Allen to a contender that can maximize his prime years. For Golden State, the contender might just be home. Fans are already buzzing on social media. Could this mean the Warriors truly shift back to a big man era after years of small ball dominance? One tweet asks. Another fan wonders, is it possible that trading Kuminga could free up enough opportunity for Ty Jerome or Brandon Podziemski to emerge as rotation staples? Podcast hosts and radio call-ins have lit up the airwaves debating the risk-reward calculus. On one hand, you secure a defensive anchor who can guard the rim against juggernauts like Nikola Jokic and Karl Anthony Towns. On the other hand, you send away a potential 20-point scorer whose length and explosiveness could flourish with more minutes and touches elsewhere. Historically, the Warriors have thrived when their front office swings for the fences. Remember the Kevin Durant blockbuster of 2016 that reshaped the league? Now, armed with multiple first-round picks and a core that still includes Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, they possess the currency to chase a high-caliber big man. But the question remains, is Jarrett Allen the right fit for this iteration of Golden State? With Draymond's versatility and Curry's gravity at the perimeter, Allen could feast on offensive rebounds and paint touches while anchoring the defense. Yet critics caution that introducing a new centerpiece could disrupt the fluid ball movement and spacing that have defined the Warriors' championship DNA. Could the threat of his post-up game draw defenders inside and inadvertently open up the corner three for opposing teams? Fans are wondering if this might be the beginning of a new chapter or the premature end of a well-oiled machine. Reactions from journalists have ranged from cautious optimism to outright skepticism. A respected Cavs beat writer remarked, "Some insiders believe that Cleveland is ready to pull the trigger if they receive a package that matches their long-term vision. Golden State's youth and picks could be just that." Meanwhile, a columnist for a Bay Area sports outlet floated the idea that Steve Kerr's system could adapt seamlessly around Allen's skill set, noting that Curry's gravity and Clay's catch-and-shoot prowess only get better when paired with a rim-running threat who demands constant attention. But skeptics quickly pointed to the luxury tax ramifications. Golden State would be committing to Allen's $90 million contract, potentially limiting flexibility in future free agent classes. Could this trade narrow the window for adding key role players, especially if injuries strike our aging core down the line? As the rumor mill churns, one thing is clear. Reacquiring Jarrett Allen would signal a bold philosophical pivot. It could represent a return to the bruising, physically imposing style of the 2014 championship team, only this time powered by three-point accuracy and off-ball movement. The mere mention of his name has quickly become a rallying cry on fan forums. We need that paint presence. Or ship Kuminga. He's never going to start ahead of Poole. Yet others defend Kuminga's upside, arguing that without him, we lose an explosive wing who could be a lockdown defender in time. Opinions clash, tempers flare, and the debate rages across every Warriors-affiliated podcast, sports bar, and social media thread, fueling the sense of urgency and speculation that keeps nights in the Bay Area sleepless. If you're as hyped as I am for Warriors News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the drama in royal blue and gold. Picking up where we left off, imagine the scene at Chase Center when word spreads that Jarrett Allen has officially been acquired from Cleveland. Suddenly, our paint protection goes from a soft whisper to a thunderous roar, one that could reverberate through every Western Conference contender. With Allen's arrival, the Warriors transform from a perimeter-driven machine into a hybrid juggernaut, blending Steph's gravity pull shooting with a rim-crashing presence that forces opponents to rethink every defensive scheme. Could this move mean that Golden State finally solves its defensive woes in the clutch? Allen, fresh off averaging 15 points and 11 rebounds per game this season, instantly becomes the anchor behind our switching defense. Suddenly, when Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins close out on shooters, they know that if a drive breaks through, Allen is there to swat shots into the upper deck. Is it possible that adding him will allow Draymond Green to roam freely as a roaming disruptor instead of being tied to his usual drop coverage? Some insiders believe that with Allen clogging the paint, Draymond's already world-class defensive IQ will flourish even more as he baits opponents into hazards near the rim. On offense, the ripple effect is equally compelling. Defenders who once sagged off Steph or Klay to punish any hesitation at the three-point line must now respect Allen's pick-and-roll dominance. Picture Steph curling off a down screen, pulling up for a 28-foot dagger, and watching as Allen flushes a lob on the opposite side of the floor. Two plays in the same possession that leave opposing coaches tearing their hair out. Could this be the birth of a new two-man game that rivals any alley-oop duo in NBA history? Fans are wondering if this marks the beginning of a championship run defined not only by splash plays from deep, but also by physically imposing finishes in traffic. Let's dive into some numbers. Before the trade, Golden State ranked 18th in opponent paint touches per game. After adding Allen, that figure should plummet, pushing us into the top 5 for paint protection. Meanwhile, Allen's offensive rating with Cleveland this season sits at a robust 112, bolstered by his 63% field goal accuracy around the rim. Combine that with Curry's league-leading 38% mark from beyond the arc and Thompson's steady 41% clip, and you get a team whose spacing maximizes every inch of the court. Could this balance ignite our offense into a juggernaut, capable of averaging 115 points per game? Some analysts predict that our effective field goal percentage could jump by 3 to 5 percentage points simply by converting more second-chance opportunities and high-percentage finishes at the rim. Of course, shifting roster roles is never seamless. Jonathan Kuminga, once viewed as a tantalizing future cornerstone, moves to Cleveland, a deal that shakes up our rotation. On paper, Kuminga's departure clears minutes for Andrew Wiggins to slide into more ball-handling duties and for rookie Brandin Podziemski to earn increased trust from Coach Kerr. But early reactions suggest fans are divided. Some Rip City faithful lament losing Kuminga's highlight reel potential, asking, "Will we ever develop another two-way freak like him?" Others celebrate the clarity. Knocking down 39% of his threes this season, Podziemski's shooting could open up driving lanes for Wiggins and Draymond in ways we haven't seen in years. Could this youth injection spark untapped chemistry that makes our second unit as formidable as our starters? It's possible that tighter rotations and defined roles translate into 48 minutes of high-octane basketball from the opening tip to the final buzzer. Beyond our own locker room, ripples reach the rest of the Western Conference. Across the Bay, the Lakers suddenly find themselves scrambling. Rivals who once penciled in Golden State as a second-round obstacle must now contend with a fortress in the paint. How will LeBron James and Anthony Davis adjust when they see Allen's 6'11" frame patrolling the lane? Fans are speculating that LA might pivot toward smaller guard acquisitions to outpace us on the perimeter, creating a new arms race, one that could define the next wave of playoff matchups. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns, already wary of our splash-heavy offense, must now grapple with the specter of a Warriors defense capable of smothering drives and erasing transitions. What strategies will Coach Monty Williams deploy to counter both Curry's deep bombs and Allen's rim protection? Could this force a seismic shift in how small ball lineups function against big man toughness? On social media, echoes of Allen's debut highlight are already circulating. A thunderous flush on the break against Milwaukee, a chase-down block on Giannis Antetokounmpo that left commentators in disbelief, and a posterizing dunk over a screaming crowd of Cavs fans. Magic Johnson himself tweeted, "Jarrett Allen to Golden State. That's a game-changer. Warriors fans, buckle up." Ex-teammates like Darius Garland posted on Instagram, "You'll be missed, big bro," while Draymond's cryptic, "New King in the Bay" comment on a Warriors fan page sent chills down the spine of every Cavs fan. These vibrant reactions underscore the buzz. From nosebleed sections in San Francisco to hardwood courts in Sacramento, the conversation is unanimous. Allen's acquisition could redefine an entire era of Warriors basketball. Yet, with all this electricity comes the delicate task of preserving team chemistry. Steve Kerr's genius has always been his ability to fine-tune elite rosters, but integrating a $90 million all-star requires surgical precision. Will Steph Curry's gravity still function as the ultimate decoy, or will defenses adjust to run at Allen's rim-first mentality? Could Draymond shift to a secondary facilitator more often, trusting his instincts to funnel offense through the post? Some insiders believe that by staggering lineups, Curry and Allen sharing the court only in crunch time, the Warriors can create mismatches while preserving continuity. But others remain skeptical. Can a team with 4 players who demand the ball find harmony? One analyst asked. Fans are wondering if this could be the turning point that elevates Golden State back to the summit, or if it risks fracturing the unselfish ethos that carried us to 4 championships in 8 years. Looking ahead, the true litmus test arrives in the playoffs, where every mismatch is magnified. Imagine facing Nikola Jokic without Allen patrolling the paint, Now contrast that with having Allen's rim protection force Jokic into more perimeter jumpers. Which scenario wins you a 7-game series? Could this cause DeJounte Murray and DeMar DeRozan of the Clippers to rethink their pick-and-roll assault? With Allen anchoring our defense, second-chance points drop precipitously, and opponents struggle to earn easy buckets. Yet the question remains, can Golden State maintain its lightning-quick pace, or will the introduction of a traditional center slow our transition game? Fans and analysts alike debate whether our pace and space identity will evolve into a hybrid style, one that thrives on both threes and dunks, pressure and precision. Now, as the season heats up, what do you believe will define Dub Nation's destiny, embracing this seismic shift or preserving the legacy of small ball supremacy? Personally, as a diehard Warriors supporter, I believe that adding Jarrett Allen is the bold stroke we need to carve out yet another championship run. His presence solidifies our defense, amplifies our offense, and sets the stage for matchups. That will be must-watch television. Yet I also recognize the stakes. If we fumble this integration, we risk losing the fluidity and identity that made us champions. But if it clicks, Golden State amplifies its legend to new heights. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.